World Wildlife Fund Australia has a broad-reaching and sturdy digital footprint. They're active across all the major digital media and are relatively good at the fundamentals of tailoring content to specific media. WWFA plays to its strengths by using animals to trigger empathy with audiovisual content. The fact that their cause revolves around animals and flora gives it decent avenues for attracting viewers. One example of this is the use of the koala as a sort of poster child. They say the koala is the quintessential Australian animal, and they use them to full effect in conjunction with their campaign to save bushland in Australia. Again, the WWFA is lucky to be in the business of saving animals, rather than something without as much cute factor and entertainment potential. Their website is both an informational and utility medium. It's the place where donations and adoptions happen. It's sort of a control panel to which many other media leads, and it is regarded as very effective. The UI is simple, aesthetic, and prioritized correctly, with links to donation pages everywhere without them being aggressive or intrusive. There's so much information, but you wouldn't really think about it at first glance, but there's a lot of rabbit holes you can go down, which is pretty cool. It's clear a lot of work has gone into the site, with a lot of causes being presented in a nicely spaced way. Readers don't get drowned out with text. It's the most important thing. They have a very good reputation on charity critique sites and other third-party media. They've also been good at linking their own resources to third-party media. For example, when you Google WWFA, a lot of the queries in the More Results section are direct responses from the organization themselves, linking readers back from Google back to their website. This strong grip on their online presence reflects the amount of work WWFA has put in. They clearly have clout with traditional media as well. Much of WWFA's web content is not exceptional, but is at least informative. There's been no particular campaign or content type that has succeeded over others. Rather, successful web content appears to have been effective because it was linked to other media. That said, when they try new media forms, they're moderately successful, like the Soundscape video middle bottom right. Their consistent trickle of content is conducive to building a small but long-term following. Besides this, they're effective in using web channels like YouTube to complement other short-form content. For example, a short Instagram post that links to a more in-depth YouTube video or blog. Sorry. Social media. There we go. Social media is likewise dedicated and solid, but not exceptional. They're on all the major platforms and much of the time post on a semi-daily basis on a wide variety of topics. Overall, their social media presence cannot be easily faulted. However, there have been a few content campaigns over the recent years that I think failed because they were unoriginal and unengaging. A good example of this is the Switch Off for Earth campaign, which you can see on the left there. All the apparent elements for success are in this campaign. There's a succinct and clear message delivered by someone with a bit of star power behind them. It still fails though because it tried to use traditional content with too local an appeal. TikTok has an international audience, even on a national page like WWFA. For this reason, using personalities from Aussie TV was maybe doomed to fail. But I think the main point to take away from this is that the content has no entertainment value or humor. Serious content with nothing but a slogan is pretty much doomed to fail on quick swiping apps like TikTok. It should be kept in mind that this content was posted across many social media platforms, so its failure is also a shortcoming of their one-size-fits-all approach to content. It's also notable that they've improved with their new media and have already shown an ability to move with new content types. There's a bit of TikTok content that plays to the strength of the medium, in that it is more lighthearted and comedic. TikTok is definitely where they appear to have attempted memes the most, and they got some pretty decent results going by likes and views. Moving towards meme content is no doubt an effective way to get views, but it could be argued that it dilutes the message and doesn't get real-world results. This is a tough one for a real issue organization, in that they need to find a balance between entertaining posts and informational or action-prompting content. In conclusion, WWFA's digital communications team seems to have the fundamentals going for them. but they have the potential to go further beyond the basics on new media. The most direct path towards this is memes and entertainment. They appear to be moving in this direction in dribs and drabs anyway, but they could move a bit more decisively in my opinion. All platforms have their own formats for content, meaning there is a lot of untapped potential in these new media. As we said before, this might not align with their real world objectives. Maybe they don't just want to build up numbers of likes, maybe they're more interested in tangible results, which is completely understandable. In which case, my suggestion would still be that some of their content is too traditional and cookie cutter. They have shown that they are open-minded enough to move with internet culture. They just need more content creators who are with it. Finally, the visual emphasis on nature could be greater. No one wants to see a talking head. They want to see animals in action and beautiful images of nature. WWFA is pretty good at playing it up, but they could still do it more, I think. There's too many humans, too few animals. Too much talking. I chose to cover World Wildlife Fund Australia because their digital footprint was very solid, meaning I could nitpick finer points of their campaign, which is a lot more interesting than listing a bunch of defects on a sinking ship. So that's a testament to how solid their media footprint really is. They have a seemingly impeccable reputation, unless one goes out of their way to find defects, and who does that? And their media presence, both online and offline, reflects their place as arguably the most well-known wildlife charity in the world. Thank you.